How's it going, guys? It is Ash here, and today we're going to be talking about the tier 10 American heavy tank, the T110E5, and whether it is balanced in terms of World of Tanks console, whilst also showing you a pretty good game, 6.3k damage in the background, and kind of highlighting some key points in the battle and showing you the strengths and weaknesses that the T110E5 has, and really showing you whether, in my opinion, it is balanced overall. One of my favourite aspects about the tank has got to be the gun. It has a 120mm 400 alpha damage gun with a 7.91 second reload with vents, gun rammer, cola and brothers in arms all in one, which gives the tank a solid DPM and can be used very effectively when you trade with other heavies of the same tier like the E100, using a strong turret to kind of dupe shots from the E100 as he has a really long reload when using the top package, and just keep plugging away at their health because you don't really bounce too much in the E5 as long as you're aiming your shots and basically making it count, making sure that you're hitting the weak spots on the other tier 10 heavies. Now, the main weakness of the T110E5 has got to be that huge turret on the top of the tank, and it kind of just acts as like, and kind of negates your turret armor. However, if you can keep moving back and forth, moving your turret, you can definitely dupe a lot of shells, and that's what kind of make this tank a little too good when you're trying to trade with other tanks. As you'll see when I'm using it effectively against someone else who isn't using it so well at the end of the video. Now, as you can see, we've made our way over to the left hand side of the flank, which kind of suits the E5 a bit more than the right hand side, although you can play it slightly more like a medium. So we're really just getting into a position where we can kind of dupe out shots from all of the enemy team that try and like hit us, mainly trying to get them tracking like them to hit our tracks if we can spot them. So really, I found this tank is really good if you can get them side scraping really well. If you can make sure that you're only giving them your tracks so that they're not going to go straight through. I found that you need to be doing that rather than trying to kind of over angle and try and bounce shots that way, because they will just go straight through your side armor because it is really poor. As you can see, we've actually seen the Leopard 1. We go for we try and go for a shot, but we actually don't actually pick him up. So we're going to try and push forward to try and put some pressure onto these guys who are here. I'm in a platoon with another E5, and we're basically just trying to put pressure onto these guys because we've seen that a lot of our team has gone the other way down the flank. We get spotted there by the FV4202P. We see the Leopard 1. Shame, I think it goes into the rock there. We almost pick up and some damage on that Leopard 1, but sadly we don't. We're going to just wait and see whether he pokes up again. He does, and we put one straight into him. Damage his gun there, which is quite nice, and I seem to get quite a lot of critical damage when I'm using this tank. I think it might be because I've got that Deadeye perk on it, and just seems to do a lot more critical damage to enemies. So really, this is a perfect position for the E5 where you're above enemies. You're using your 8 degrees of gun depression, which is crazy for a heavy tank, literally ridiculous. We think, right, we've got to push on this Centennial. I do a bit of a retarded thing there, like really good. I basically say you need to focus the Centennial. I'm going to kill this Motherland, and we kind of just focus these. Unfortunately, the Motherland goes after Fallout there, which is a bit of a shame, but you can't really help Motherlands focusing other people. So we actually managed to pick up 4 shots of damage there and pick up a kill, along with 2 assisted and a spot, which is quite nice. So we now think, let's get over this way. So Fallout goes round like the outside way, and I think we actually spot a very balanced tank in the background camping there. We actually try and go for a shot in a sec, I think. Yeah, there he is. There's the balanced tank. Oh, we see that we can get shots on, but we pull up. We put one into him. I think we track him maybe, but we wait there to try and put another one into him. Unfortunately, we don't bother because we don't know that he's still there. I think he might have repaired it if he was sensible, so we don't waste our shot. And really, I try and go for a couple of sniping shots here, but it's not really not doing so well. So Owen's actually decided he's gonna come here as well. We decided we were gonna go back and check out the base because the other flank has actually been lost, and we've pushed down this flank reasonably well. We hoped that our team would pick up the arty because really needed them out of the game before they rebalance one of us, which wouldn't be very nice for us. So we make our move back, and this is really the position you want the E5. You're on pretty much full health. We try and go for the shot on the waffle, but we didn't want to kind of chance our shot and try and get the actual damage, but oh well. So we actually move up onto this ridge line, which is quite nice for the E5s, considering this 8 degrees of gun depression, as I highlighted earlier. And that's what kind of make this tank so versatile. Like, you can play it like a medium, you can play it like a heavy. It's got armour. We put a 452 roll, which was quite nice. That's like plus 52 onto our normal roll. However, usually I'm getting hits for like 350, and it's just pretty crap in terms of like maintaining that normal alpha damage. I don't know why it's so low usually. So we see the Centennial, we decide we're going to aim in here, put one into him, 330 that was, see, pretty terrible roll. Going to wait again, go for the shot. Oh, we hit his tracks, that's unfortunate. It wasn't a greatly aimed shot, to be fair. We're going to go for a side shot now. See, 377, low roll again. And I'm pretty sure this is just something that the E5 just gets. Like, there we go, perfect dead on roll, 400. Gonna wait now. Can we get a shot onto the T57 heavy? Yep, we set him on fire, 367, another low roll, but we set him on fire, which is quite nice. Unfortunately, he repairs the shot, so but we do, I believe, track him maybe. I think maybe Owen did that actually. So now I'm thinking, right, we've got to push our advantage. I'm on full health, got to get in there and do some damage before the enemy team start picking off our team. So Fallout decides to ping the map, like over there. He thinks Artie got him from over there, but we're not sure at the moment, so we're going to just go scouting around. And this tank actually has surprisingly good view range for a heavy tank. I think it's 400, and then you can put like, I think I got coated optics just to get that extra spot in. So I load a HE, but then I decide actually, is it worth loading HE? I was trying to go for RE, but we're going to see. I think we keep the HE round actually. But I tend to load quite a few just normal rounds, because 258mm of penetration is, I believe, is what you get. So that's quite good as well. So penetration isn't really a factor when you're thinking about penning tanks, except for when you maybe come up against an E100 and you want to 100% hit them for your alpha damage. Although in this tank you might as well be hitting them with a like tier 7 gun, which does like 290 alpha, because you know this tank it just low rolls all of the time. So we're just trying to make our way around using our gun depression, try and use our turret armor. But oh, we see the T92, we go for a shot, but only 200 and something. I think we actually didn't pen with the HE round, which was kind of gutting considering we loaded it just for Artie. So I decide actually I've got to do something, and this is kind of the point in the battle where it could have gone so badly had I done some stuff wrong. Like we aim for the shot on this E5, bounces off the tracks. Kind of disappointing, but you know, what can you do? We try and get some side shots on this guy. Fortunately, we don't actually manage to do that. I'm gonna actually back up because I know the I7's quite low on health, so we're just gonna back up and try and use our full health to take them out. And this tank is just so good at cleaning up at the end of the game. As long as you can keep your health relatively high, like I've done. I put 14 shots of damage, we picked up 1 kill, 2 spotted assists and 8 critical damage. Also a tracked assist and spotted someone. So we see the IS-7, we put 1 clean shot into the tracks and pen it as well. So we go for this shot here. Sadly we low roll as usual. this crappy bloody gun that always seems to low roll. We go for a shot on the side, bounces, auto aim. Never do that, literally never do it, it's just pointless. We go for a shot in between the tracks. T92 only tracks us, we got very lucky there. So we actually finish this guy off right there. Get a shot in by the T110E5 on the enemy team. So we know he's reloading, he's got 8 seconds or so. So we're going to go see whether we can get one cheeky shot into him. So we do manage to put one in, we damage his Amarak, which is quite nice. I'm guessing he might have a repair kit, so we don't really know. Put one shot into him, sadly hits the tracks instead of that lower right area. We go for the... well, I think we try the Cabal out. We pen it at the side of it, which is quite nice. And this tank's just really good, I'm not going to lie. Don't know what it is about it. We go for the Cabal again. Doesn't pen though. Fortunately, I think that was a... yeah, that's a heat round even. He's just penning our engine deck, which is kind of shit. So we load a heat round just to finish him off, and that's the end of the game. And I mean, the frontal armor on this thing's really good unless something's angling down onto it. So we pick up 20 penetrations, 4 kills, and some spotting damage as well. So it was a relatively good game, and you can kind of see how good it is in frontal combat, and also sniping as well, since this gun is kind of like a medium's gun, like the, I don't know, like the Object 140. Obviously not as good accuracy, but it's still ridiculous. And you can have some monster games, like I've had multiple 6.5k damage games, 7k damage. Usually I get over like 3.5k damage every game, consistently, maybe even more. It really depends on the game. Like it doesn't really matter what matchup you get, and I feel this tank is just so good in all sorts of situations, because it plays like a heavy tank but also plays like a medium as well. And as you can see, I just put an extra clip in the background as well, and I just feel like this tank is just so overpowered, kind of. Well, not overpowered, but it's slightly too good, and it should deserve some sort of nerf. I don't know how they could do it, but it's definitely quite good. And we're just gonna show you this little clip here against the enemy E5, and we know where to pen him, where the Amaraks are, so you know, that's bye bye for him. And it was quite nice bit of damage for me. But anyway guys, if you did enjoy, please leave that like button, and subscribe for more content like this. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.